My name is Mateus Quintela. I'm the product manager for the production control at Newtrax. The IoT Hub is the Newtrax platform. It's a software application that aggregates data for our IoT device in the mines, meaning that you will have one single repository for all the IoT data that it's being collected in the mine site.
So Mateus, why is data aggregation so important in the context of the digitalization of underground hard rock mines?
It is important, the data aggregation, because you have several different applications, and when you aggregate all these data in one single repository, you can take actions and you can have real-time decisions. You can make sure that you only log in one application to see all that data. You can cross information in a better way, not needing to have several different connections to different data repositories. So aggregating the data, it's really important to take better decisions.
Okay, and what applications are you planning to build on this?
So the applications that we'll be building and that we are building right now, it's really based on production control, meaning that for workplace management, equipment management, to track the production, to understand where the equipments are as a positioning system as well. We all know Newtrax is agnostic network, so we have positioning systems that work with BLE, with mine hop technology, Wi-Fi, and all the applications that we are building. It's really to help the control production of the mines, to increase their production, to better assess the data that is being collected underground. So workplace management, truck productivity, LHD productivity, Jumbo's productivity. So there is a lot to talk with these applications, but we are working on the production control environment.
Great. So this next one is a really interesting one on the topic of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So Louis-Pierre, why did Newtrax decide to incorporate AI and ML to the core of the IoT Hub, and what kind of value does it deliver to our potential clients?
Thank you, Cynthia. So, Louis-Pierre Campo. I've been the team lead for data science and AI at Newtrax for a little while now, and the reason why we included AI in the core of the IoT Hub is just that humans and computer have each their own strength. Humans are good at analyzing situation, but then when too much data comes in, just like in the situation of the IoT Hub, it's just too much. Even if you were to hire someone to just look at columns of data growing everywhere, like you couldn't get the sense of it. There's just too much of it coming. So what we do with AI is that we get all this data and use the right way to make it into something understandable for a human, so that this human can take the right decision. Now, from our experience, we've seen, and as you probably know, like in underground mines, even simple things become very quickly complex because there's a lot of unknowns, there's a lot of things that happens. And so we've noticed that simple rules just don't work. There's too many exceptions, too many edge cases. You really need something kind of a level higher than your usual thresholds or equations. And so that's where the power of AI comes in, is that we have such a huge data set and we've seen so much things that we use all of that knowledge and put it into all our algorithms so that our client can really benefit from all this experience and all the knowledge based on this huge data set that we've gathered. So in a nutshell, we're pretty much doing like the boring job, getting like the information the clients want, and then we're giving it to the client so that they can have fun playing with the real data and get the analysis they want.
So where do you see artificial intelligence taking the mining industry in the near future?
Well, right now what we see in the mining industry is a lot of descriptive algorithms, a lot of descriptive application, meaning that we're describing what we see. We're using the data coming in to describe what is happening. Is there a trend? Is there an engine that is not operating in the right space? Is your worker lost? Those kind of things. And what I see is that we're really going to bring the industry to a more predictive and prescriptive kind of area. So predictive in a sense that rather than reacting to an engine that would break, you could predict that the engine is going to break and then take actions before it happens. Or even prescriptive in the space of short interval control, where rather than applying a plan that you think is good, you have an algorithm that is actually telling you, well, in this situation, this is the best plan you should do because of all the all the data that is coming in. So that's where I see the industry going.
Let's switch it up now and talk a little bit more about the technical aspect of this platform. So Vitor, why did you choose to go with Postgres instead of SQL, and what kind of financial benefit did this provide to our clients?
Related to Postgres, one thing that is very important for Postgres is the license. It's an open source code. It's being developed in a collaborative way. So it's a lot of people putting ideas and bring ideas for this software. It's a software that it's very performatic. We have a very good performance in using that. Its reliability, it's high, and all of this gives us more power when we put together the extensions. After we see what Mateus and Pierre said about the aggregation and using all of this data aggregated, it's very important for us to use that in a way that it's very performatic. So we're using time series, time scale DB. It's the extension that is very important in Postgres. We can deal with more than 100 billions of data, and in a way that is very, very fast. So this is very important for us because our idea is bring all of this data and put all of the data together.
Okay, great. And so does the Newtrax IoT Hub support cloud and on-premise deployments?
Okay, so yeah, I think that one thing that is important, and it's very connected with what I said about industry standard, is that when we start to develop IoT Hub, we selected all the industry standards and the best practice in the market. We have opportunity that, okay, let's start a new software, and we are starting now in a moment that there is a lot of better solutions. So IoT Hub is architected around microservices, containers, and Kubernetes. So this it's a very powerful combination that allows us to run our system in Azure or in a Google or Alibaba. So there is no limitation for us because of the way that we develop our architecture.
Thank you for that. Okay, so back to Mateus now. Where do you see the IoT Hub taking the industry in the next 5 years?
The IoT Hub, it's a really game changer because we are aggregating all these IoT data into a single platform. So we know that there is a lot of third parties that developing IoT sensors, IoT devices, and they want to see all these data to analyze in a platform. So where I see IoT Hub in the next 5 years is probably for the underground, the hard rock mines. I would see 75% of the mines using our platform because it enables the analysis of all these data, and it enables the real-time decision, it enable production decisions to be made. In 5 years, we're already in 115 mines, and there is 720 underground hard rock mines. So in 5 years, I see that this market will be full with IoT devices, which is the future. Sensors, wireless devices, and all those things that we aggregate all this data. So 75% of the market, I think it will be our target to have IoT Hub. And of course, we're developing all these functionalities on top. I see that increasing production is really what customers want, increasing safety, because we also have all the safety portfolio for software under IoT Hub. It's good to mention because collision avoidance, we do all the incident management in the platform, in the Newtrax IoT platform, the telemetry data that we're collecting, the positioning, evacuation. So all these is inside the IoT platform for Newtrax. So yes, 75% of the market, I would say that's our future and a goal for the next 5 years.